Hey everyone, are you wondering what's going on with my face right now? Stay tuned to find out. In today's video, I'm going to be telling you how to make hay into Christmas presents, aka soap. The Christmas season is upon us. Oh, stop it. She ate the plastic thing yesterday, so she was trying to do that again. It's time to start thinking about gifts for the people around you, the people you love. Of course, Christmas is about family first and foremost. But, I don't know, maybe you're not like me, but I feel obligated to give teachers presents and pastors, everyone that's important in our lives. And I'm tired of it, honestly. I'm like getting pretty tired of buying stuff and giving away these things, and I'm not real sure if they're gonna like get used or not. So it's kind of, I feel like I'm being a little wasteful because I'm kind of just guessing what people like. And you know what like lots of people like? They like being clean. They like being real clean, getting a nice shower, a little aromatherapy. Everybody likes that. So I think I'm not gonna buy any presents for, teachers and brothers and mothers and fathers. I think I'm gonna make soap, and that's all I'm gonna do. You are adorable. Yeah, I'm not buying in to Christmas this year. I'm just done. It's so expensive. And I think a consumable gift like soap, one that is handmade, one that comes from the heart, you know what I'm saying? That's what it's all about. Not trash. Not trash. About all the milk for today's soap came from this pretty lady. Isn't she the best? She's a good girl. I love goats. Speaking of that though, you don't need goats to do this, okay? So don't get mad at me. You can just make it with water and oils and lye, and it'd be perfectly fine. All right, let's get into it. All right, so among some of the things that you're gonna need for soap making, the number one most important item you're gonna need is goggles. Lye is caustic, and if it gets in your eyes, it's very, very bad. I 100%, if you're going to make soap, cold process soap, anything with lye, get yourself some really good goggles, especially if you're going to be using a stick blender, okay? Because it's really, really easy for the stick blender to like slip up and some of the unsoponified soap to get into your eyes, and that would be a freaking disaster, okay? So get some goggles. Gloves, very important as well. Long sleeves to prevent any of it getting on your skin. You're gonna need a assortment of bowls. I have a like cheap metal bowl for melting the shea butter and coconut oil in a double boiler. And then I have a cheap plastic bowl from Dollar General. It does have a pour spout, which is handy, but I put my olive oil and grapeseed oil in this bowl, and then when my solid oils are melted, then I add them to my room temperature oils, and it kind of brings that temperature down a little bit, so that's helpful. Spatulas are very, very important. I really try to put almost zero of the soap down the drain. So spatulas are mostly so that you can really get every little drop of the soap out of there and into your mold. Another real important part is a mold, okay? So your recipe, I'm going to share my recipe with you for this mold, but your recipe will depend on the volume of liquid that goes into your mold. So I'm going to show you a real easy way of figuring out what that value is. We'll do it together. I've never used this mold before, as you can see. You're going to need a scale, a gram scale specifically. And what I do is I don't have a whole bunch of money to be spending on like multiple scales. So I use my kitchen scale, but as soon as it comes into contact with lye, I put a plastic bag over it. I just use the same plastic bag, but just something to prevent any little lye granules from getting under there, and then me bringing it inside and then using it for bread, because I use this a lot. Another thing that you're going to need is a thermometer. And when I'm doing soap, so I'm not super experienced with soap, but I'm going to share everything I know with you. I've made a few loaves that were very successful. You need a thermometer, and I bought a digital thermometer because it's just easier that way. I bought the same kind of thermometer that I have in the house. I'll show it to you. This one, they're relatively cheap on Amazon, and I really like this for cooking, and I really like it for soap. This is my cooking one. My soap one is out in the pole barn where I do all the soap. And then last but not least, you're going to need all your ingredients for your soap. So that for me is going to be olive oil, grapeseed oil, shea butter, coconut oil, goat's milk, but you don't need to make goat's milk soap if you don't want to. You can just use water. And last but not least, your lye. Plus fragrances. And then if you want to sprinkle anything on top of your loaf, then you're going to need that stuff too. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this and rinse it out and then fill it with water. And we're going to pour that water into a bowl and weigh it. All right, so I'm zeroing out my scale. I'm going to use this one. I'm going to fix my camera a little bit so you can see what I'm doing. There you go. All right, so it's zeroed out. Then I'm going to take this is going to be a little messy, I think. But I'm just going to try my best. You know what? I'm going to do it off the scale so I don't get it wet. God. Jeez. Okay, so that was a big mess, but I got it. So 1,337 is what we're working with, about, because I definitely lost some. Alright, so I'm just melting down the shea butter and the coconut oil right now. When I add my lye to my oil mixture, I want them to be within 20 degrees of each other. So that's why I want to try and prevent my oils from getting too hot, and I kind of help mitigate that by getting them about half melted and then turning the heat off. And they'll usually melt the rest of the way without any heat on. And then, like I said earlier, I then add the hard oils to the soft oils, and that helps bring the temperature down a little bit. I have found in the like 5 or 6 or so batches that I've made that once I add my lye to my goat milk cubes, like ice cubes of goat milk, and they're all melted and all mixed together and everything, it usually is around 65 degrees. So I want this to be no hotter than 85 degrees. All right, so my solid oils are all melted, And then I just wanted to go over a couple things. These oils I get from BJ's, and also my coconut oil I also get from BJ's. The shea butter is the only one that I need to order online, and I do get it from Wholesale Supplies Plus. Okay, so pretty easy to get your hands on them. Now I'm just going to weigh these out, and then we're going to combine them, and then basically it's time to make soap. So it goes pretty quickly, honestly. Okay, so now we're out in the pole barn, and you can kind of see my little workshop area, next to our meat grinder, normal things. So anyway, here's the most recent loaf I made. This is eucalyptus and lemongrass, and it smells real good, so I think I'm going to use that again. Here is, where's my eucalyptus and my lemongrass, okay? And then here's my little thing I'm going to measure that out in. This little ramekin is for my lye. This is ceramic, so it's like not going to react with the lye. And then I'm going to measure my goat milk ice cubes in this glass bowl. So why do you have to use goat milk ice cubes? It's because when you add the lye to the ice cubes, and you always want to add lye to things, never the other way around, okay? So when you add the lye to the ice cubes, it's going to make a chemical reaction, and it's going to heat up. And if you don't use ice cubes, you could scald your milk, and it's going to turn like an unpleasant color, and it's going to smell weird. So freeze your goat milk in cubes, weigh them out. It's real easy if you have little ice cube trays. You can like really get precise with the grams. But yeah, that's pretty much everything. Here are my other two molds back here. And then here's all my finished soap. So, I don't know. It's very nice to have soap to give away to people, especially around this time of year. I just cut off the end of the most recent one there. And it turned out good. So let's make some. All right, as you can see, I have my plastic thing on my scale. I'll just clean this out a little bit. Put some water in it from the last time I made soap. Then I'm gonna get my phone out. How much? So instead of water, we're gonna use goat milk cubes. That's it. That's like the secret to making goat milk soap. Instead of using water, use goat milk cubes. All right, so I need 323 grams of goat milk cubes. And I'm going to leave my phone right there so I can reference everything super easy. All right. And then I got my freezer right here. $323 grams, right? Here's my goat milk cubes. All right. This always happens. This never It's never like exact. Hold on a second. All right, we got it. 324. I'll take it. All right, now it is time to put on gloves and eye protection because we're bringing out the lye. Never mind, I have to weigh out the fragrance oils first. And what I have is my stick blender set up where there's electricity, and I have a paper towel, and I'm going to put my essential oils over near the stick blender because I'm going to add them when I'm mixing everything together. All right, so I'm going to do half and half eucalyptus and lemongrass. So I need 26.3. I'll just say 27. It's okay. All right, so this is eucalyptus. All right, put the lid back on that. And I'm going to go put this over near my stick blender. My lye here. All right, 160. Keep your mouth closed while you're doing this. Lye to our goat milk. Okay. So we're still working on it. There's still some ice cubes in here, but I'm just mixing. But as you can see, it's mostly dissolved. And it's only been about probably like 2 or 3 minutes, which is crazy. All right, so now I'm going to be testing the temperatures of everything. Let's do the oils first. All right, 74, 75-ish. Okay, wipe off. So 75, and lye is okay. Lye is 61.9. So that means we're good to add. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to add my lye to my oils, and then I'm going to take everything over to my stick blending station. I'm going to start mixing a little bit, add the fragrance oils, mix until I see trace, and then I'm going to bring it back. All right, here we go. Gotta move fast here. Eucalyptus accelerates soap really fast, or at least the one that I use. I know you can't see anything right now. All right. Just smoothing it out. Okay. Whew. Gosh. All right, I'm going to try to get the rest of it out of here. See that? I want that soap. I want it in the mold. All right, that's pretty good. probably should be wearing my gloves. Just a little doink, doink. That solidified crazy fast. That was crazy. All right, and then last thing I'm gonna add is, sorry, I'm just gonna take my gloves off real quick for this. Just a little bit of poppy seed. I'm very interested to see how this mold will work out. My husband doesn't like the skinnier soap bars, so I'm gonna cut these thicker for him. And it'll just be his soap. Okay, now I'm just gonna wash everything.